Friends, welcome back again. So let us continue with the session where Ashoka, who had given up his word. Okay, so as I said, the person who is in this photo is Ashoka. So at least he's assumed as Ashoka, and you can see his kingdom. In the last session only, I have showed you his kingdom, right? His kingdom is very big kingdom. I said you it is almost India is here, Pakistan is here, Bangladesh, Bhutan, almost major countries was under his control, under Ashoka's control. And you can see that it's very difficult for them to rule this entire place, is it not? It is very difficult, right? See, it is a very big large area, right? So the area under Pataliputra was under direct control with the king. So king used to have a direct control on this Pataliputra. You can see Pataliputra here, and he used to have a direct control on this. And this also meant that officials were appointed to collect taxes. So the king needs money, right? What he will do? Obviously he will collect taxes from the peoples, right? Those who are there in his kingdom. So who might be there in his kingdom? Guess, sweethearts. Okay, I know you people would have been guessed over there. So if you have not guessed, then I'll tell you answer, no issues. Okay, well, who and all will be there? There'll be farmers, there'll be traders, there'll be businessmen and all, right? All these peoples will be there in his kingdom, and he will give protection to these people, so therefore they will be paying him taxes, right? They'll be paying taxes to the king, like how we pay taxes to the government now, right? So you will pay house tax. Find out how much house tax you will pay to your government from your parents if you have own house. Okay, you will be paying all these stuffs, right? Taxes and all, right, students? So you'll be paying all these road tax, vehicle tax, and many taxes are there, direct tax, indirect tax, right? So the same way people used to pay taxes to the kings in olden times. There were no government, so therefore they used to pay to the kings only. And what they used to do is, kings, if someone would not listen to kings and they disobey the king's order, means these officials who were appointed by the kings, like how we have police officers and all, no, it's the same way even those peoples has officials. What those peoples used to do is, those peoples used to give punishment to those peoples who disobey the order of the king. Okay, ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, they'll put you in the jail and all those things. The same way was, even those times, the same way was taking place. Understood? And there were also messengers who who were going to and fro, and there were also spies to find out whether these officials are doing their job properly or not. And there'll be many spies also to find out how the officials are working. So officials no ಅಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನಂಬ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಕಿಂಗು. Okay, and of course the emperors were always supervised them with not only by the spies but also members of the royal family, senior ministers and all. Okay, they were always having a doubt on them, because he had a very good rule. So therefore they used to keep spies, and he also used to supervise by royal families and also by the ministers. And there were other areas or provinces also. Each of these was ruled from a provincial capital, such as Taxila. You can see Taxila over here. You can see Taxila here. You can see Ujjaini here. You can see Pataliputra here. Right? And altogether there was some amount of control. This was under the direct control of prince only. Okay, direct control of the king only. And often they were sent as a governors, and all these royal princes were there, no, prince were there, no. For example, if king had king had sons, what was they called as prince, they were called as prince. Okay, he is not a king, he is a prince, he is a son of a king who is going to be a future king. Okay, who might be a future king, where he was often sent as a governor. See, they used to go to many places and they used to become governors here. And then in the local customs and rulers were probably followed, and they were also following all those rules, and they were knowing how their kingdom is, especially. That is what this prince always used to do, because he has to rule the future, he has to rule in the future. So therefore he used to think how things will work out, and he used to get what you call it as get experience out of it. Beside, there was a vast area between these centers. You can see there is area between these centers, right? You can see this is Pataliputra, sorry, this is Pataliputra, this is Taxila, and this is Ujjaini, right? This is a vast area between these three areas, is it not? There's a very big area. Here, Mauryans tried to control it through roads and rivers, which was very, very important for transportation for them. And they used to collect tax and tributes. What are these tax? As I said earlier, you have to pay tax to the government, right? It's the same way they were paying taxes to the taxes to the king. Okay, so and there were also tributes. For example, you remember I had spoke about Arthashastra, a book which was written by Kautilya or Chanakya. Yes, please remember that. Okay, in Arthashastra it is said that in northwest, that is northwest, okay, in northwest, it blankets were very, very important. It was very good blankets were there. It seems blankets where you will take you will take a sleep, right? So at that time you use blankets, right, to cover your body. The same blankets, it was very good in North India, it seems. I mean northwest part of India, it seems. And in South India, we had gold. We had gold. You would have heard about KFG and all those stuffs, right? Not those KFGs which Yash had been. Don't go there and all, students. KFG means that it is a Kolar gold field. Okay, you will find gold over there. Okay, so you will find gold over there. Especially in South India, these gold and precious stones were very, very important, it seems. And they used to get it very abundantly, it seems. And these kings, there were no money, right? Money was not into the stuff a lot, so therefore they were not using much of money. So what they used to do is they used to take all these precious stones and gold and these blankets as a tribute, it seems. So unlike taxes which we collect on a regular basis, was a tribute. So what was this tribute is actually, according to my this thing, tribute is actually a kind of a gift. Okay, more or less you are like willingly giving to your elders. For example, if you have a king here, okay, for example, I have a king here, I am below this king. Okay, I'm just giving him certain kind of gift so that he is happy, and he will not take any kind of bad any kind of bad actions against me. So that is why, to keep him very happy, I pay tribute. Understood? So there were also forest regions, and peoples were more or less very independent, but may not have expected to provide elephants, timber. They are not expected to provide elephant, timber, honey, wax to Mauryan officials. These were not expected by them. Okay, these may have been expected by them. Elephants, tell with me, students. Elephants, timbers, honey, and wax to Mauryan officials. They were giving blankets, and also gold and precious stones also they were giving them, and including that, tributes and taxes were also going to them. Yes, there is a lot that they had to pay as a tax, right, students? Okay, so this is what they were giving to the king. And let us end this session. In the next session, I'll meet you all, guys. Thank you so much. Bye so much. Stay in home and be safe, sweethearts. Bye, take care.